be able to monetize, so I don't know, maybe I'll get away with it. So I try to step outside and I can't. Um, I can't wait for people to come along. I'm just going to give you an update. So something really weird is going on, and everybody agrees, even people who don't know me. Um, First, I should back up and explain what I'm doing in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. To make a long story short, I thought I was doing a reunion for my Appalachian Trail group. I didn't do due diligence, found out that it had been canceled or whatever, and so I just found myself here. I'm very, very near the Appalachian Trail, a place called Pine Grove Furnace State Park. The Appalachian Trail Museum is there. If I'm very foggy-minded right now. I didn't get any sleep last night. All last week, I've only been getting 3 to 4, 5 hours of sleep, so I'm a little bit foggy right now. Okay, and you guys can chat. I'm not going to read the chat because I don't want to get distracted. Thank you for being here, Cherie, and everybody else when you see this. So where was I? So first off, I want to say that I'm fine. I'm not worried. In fact, I just did a tarot card reading on it, and I've got the protection of the sun as the outcome. So no, I had the ace. My card came up for me. It was the Ace of Cups. Across from it was the Star, and the outcome was the World. And I'll go into it. And anyways, I just want you to know that I'm not worried. I am stressed because this is really stressful what's going on here, just because it's so highly unusual. And but kind of in a good way. It's hard to explain. I mean, people who win the lottery come under a lot of stress too, right? So it's kind of like that. So the thing is, this thing with my phone, I made damn sure I had connection. I'm not coming to a place. I mean, I'm already like a fish out of water here in America as it is. Now I'm in a place I don't know anything about, and I had to make sure I had connection. Like back in the day, I'd have a guidebook, and that would be all I needed, but you have to have the connection. And that's why I'm in this AT&T store, because once I leave here, and there are no like local roads around here. There's like interstates. I'm just like in this island surrounded by interstates, and the only way to travel is in a car. It cost me $45 to get here by taxi for a 15-minute taxi ride. $45. I'm not complaining, but I'm shocked because that would have cost me $12. That would have cost me $5 in Thailand. Okay. Oh, I want to give an update on the booms that I heard the other night. Like I told you at the time, everybody says no, they're mysterious. Nobody knows what they are. I'm not going to repeat the sound effects of it, but if you want to hear what it sounded like to me, go listen to that original one. But yesterday, Maria told me that there was a night launch by SpaceX at the exact same time. Fine, okay, I accept that answer. However, I've heard hundreds of rocket launches in my lifetime, and they don't sound like that. Rocket launches don't sound like a series of rapid booms all at the same time. Now, if anybody's out there seen a SpaceX launch and they can confirm that it's just the way those rockets sound, I'll accept that. But I'm telling you, rockets don't sound like that. Rockets don't have big percussions rapidly. Scramjets do, ramjets do, but not rockets. Rockets have a continuous flow of thrust and fire from a nozzle, and it's practically, it's like a white noise, right? Like not boom 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 boom, and they're not even like it'd be if they were like boom 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 boom, but it's not. It's boom to boom 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 boom. All right, so they're saying it was a rocket, a SpaceX rocket. I didn't see it. I just heard it, and I'm telling you that's not what rockets sound like, as far as I know. So, I wanted to tell you about these really weird connections that I've been making all day, but especially recently. First, there was this really nice gentleman I met on the plane, Isaiah, and of African descent. He's an American of African descent, and I just had a really nice little talk with him, and got the feel that he was positive about the world, and it just really felt good from him. But so I decided I needed to get to either a Waffle House or a hotspot. Okay, listen to this part. Hi, AS. On my list of places I wanted to eat while I'm in Thailand is either a Waffle House, a Denny's, or an IHOP, or all three really. My first choice, or the Denny's, was too far away. The Waffle House is right up the street that way, and that's where I wanted to go first, but they didn't have Wi-Fi. So then I told the taxi driver to bring me here to the IHOP, and IHOP is in this. I can't show you the front because I lose connectivity as soon as I walk out the front door. But I'm in one building, one store front. There's an IHOP, a Little Caesars, and an AT&T shop where I'm at right now. And so it turned out that the IHOP had free Wi-Fi, so I went in there and ate breakfast. Amazing, simple breakfast of hash browns, sausage links, eggs sunny side up, whole multi-grain toast, and coffee. The coffee sucks though. I guess I'm not used to the weak-ass American coffee you guys drink here. So I drink espresso and I make it myself, or even any Thai coffee is better than the coffee from any of the restaurants I've been in back in America yet. Okay, so I needed the AT&T. In fact, I was thinking about just coming to the AT&T shop first, but my brother-in-law, who's a tech guy who repairs phones, was trying to help me before I had to do something like this. But then I come to the IHOP, and I'm looking at my map, and I'm trying to figure out how to get closer to the trail and to an outfitter, because if I can get to an outfitter, I'm going to meet hikers there, I'm going to get a ride to the trail, and I'm just going to be around my people, other hikers, right? And so I'm looking at my map, and I'm like, I'm surrounded by interstates, and I was just going to hitchhike, right? But you can't hitchhike on interstates, and there's no local roads for me, and so I'm stuck here. I can't move from this place. And of course, I couldn't bring cannabis on the plane, so I've got a half ounce that was given to me by my brother sitting in the drawer. And like I said, I needed something to de-stress. And there's a gentleman cleaning up at IHOP. A different gentleman. His name is Gary, of African descent. And I start asking him about directions. He's like, "No, you can't get there from there." And like, no matter what, I said, "Nope." And I'm like, "Do you know how?" Nope. And I'm like, "Damn, man, I need some weed." He goes, "Oh, I can help you with that." So I went ahead, and I haven't been able to indulge it, but I got that from him. Oh no, I'm like, I need the AT&T place. He goes, "Well, it's right over there." I'm going, "Where?" I'm looking out the door. He goes, "No, it's right there. It's in this building." All right, so I want to back up for a minute. I wanted to go Waffle House, but I didn't because I didn't have Wi-Fi, and it's like a standalone building. So I came here to IHOP, where I met Gary, who hooked me up with some flowers, and the AT&T shop is right adjacent. So I come in here now, okay, and I've got an AT&T American SIM card. And my brother-in-law, who could not figure out what the problem was, says they should be able to help you at the AT&T store. I'm like, cool. So I come here, give them my phone, tell them what's going on, and they're going, this is weird. And I'm like, do you know why this is happening? No, it shouldn't be happening. Was it working yesterday? Yes. And when did it stop working? As soon as my plane landed. Weird, strange, unexplainable. That's what everybody's been saying. The experts. That's what the experts are saying. JW, it's enjoying's not the correct word. Experiencing. And I feel like Alice in Wonderland right now. So think about Alice in Wonderland. Did she enjoy her experience? Sometimes she did. Sometimes she was terrified. Sometimes she was confused. That's the way I feel right now. So I can't say. I don't think enjoying's the right word, because I haven't had a moment to rest and relax and just chill. It's been one major issue, clearing dark history with my family and dredging up horrible things. So anyways, no. Like I said, I'm going to have to try to ignore the chat because I'm trying to talk about this. What happened? Okay. So I find myself in the AT&T shop. Chandler, the guy who's helping me at first, had no answer. And another guy, Johnny's there, and I start telling them that I think I have slipped into an alternate universe. I'm not going to read comments right now. I got to keep concentrating on what I'm doing. It seems that I have slipped into like a pocket universe or a branch universe where like my phone isn't recognized because where I bought my phone. I don't mean physically. I mean spatially, quantum space, and quantum physically. And I'm telling these guys this, and they're looking at me. I said, "You think I'm joking? I ain't joking." So I told them about the 777 days, 777 name, and they're like, "Huh?" Then I started telling them about some of the synchronicities that happened, and they're like, "Huh?" And they're not saying, "Yeah, right, we don't believe." They're like, "Yeah, dude, could be happening." I'm about ready to fall asleep sitting here. Okay, so I'm freaking out, but not in a bad way. I'm freaking out because the things that I've been talking about for 40 years in general, and 10 years more specifically, and 3 years with a laser beam focus is happening, okay? I don't know if it's only happening to me and others. There's somebody else out there having a similar experience. But something weird is happening. Now, it's not just me who's seeing it, okay? My sister's seeing it. These gentlemen right here don't even know me say, yeah, there's some weird shit happening. My brother-in-law, who is a Occam's razor, nuts and bolts, left-brained, dealing in facts and numbers, is starting to see it too. I just need somebody to tell me what's going on, but they can't. Even Honey she's been able to give me some kind of very surface answers, but not anything that is explaining what the fuck is going on with me. Okay? Now, let's see if I can read your comments. And I'm gonna change the camera because I put my face up to the phone and it's not pretty. So, and I'd like you guys to chime in. What is happening to me? Once again, I want to reiterate, it's not bad, it's not negative, except that I'm tired and I need a place to lay down, preferably with no walls and trees surrounding me. Okay, so Marilyn Sand says, thank you for completing family business. I admire your courage. You're welcome. Thank you for going where many have not been able to go because of fear. Many blessings, love, and light. You're welcome. And for good or for ill, I have never been afraid of saying the emperor wears no clothes. Everybody in my family wishes I wouldn't do it, but it has to be done. And the fact that I was gone for 20 years made it even more vital that I do it now. And with my mother having terminal cancer, I'm gonna make myself at home here. Tess is in Connecticut. I wish somebody was closer by that could come give me a ride. White lightning. I like it. So I gotta figure out my next move. I need to get to this outfitter, but I don't want to pay $70 or $80 for a taxi. I don't want to walk, and well, I can't walk because there's no roads going there. It's interstate. I want to hitchhike, but I can't hitchhike on the interstate. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck here. Just wait for somebody to come along to give me a ride. I've made friends with these guys. Oh, I want to tell you about what's going here. So, the two gentlemen here that are working here. It looks like the manager's name is Chandler. An Uber would cost like $100, right? I'm not paying that much money, and I'm gonna let the universe figure it out for me. Thank you, Tess. I appreciate your suggestion. I mean, that's last resort, a taxi, and it's gonna cost me $100 by taxi. It cost me $100 just to fly here, plus another $75 because I had more luggage than I didn't realize I could have. Not that I'm complaining about the money. I can always get more of that. Oh, okay. So Chandler is the manager, and he's a nice guy, but he doesn't know much of what I was talking about. Johnny, who also works here, when I was talking about, he's like, yeah, I believe all that stuff. And I told him about my channel and what I do, and he goes, man, I could use some guidance right now. And I'm like, sure, I can do that for you. I got my cards right here. However, I left my charger in Florida, and I said it's not. I wouldn't mind doing it for free, but in order to have the exchange of energy, you need to give me something in return. Can you give me a charger and no problem? So I manifested the charger and the cable, and his concern. First I want to do a reading on my situation. So what I did was, I asked Chandler on my phone. It was about my phone, and my hypothesis is that I've crossed into an alternate universe, and that's why my phone's not working, because my phone is from my original universe, and I'm now in a different universe. Okay, as crazy as that sounds, that's what would be in the Spider-Man movie if this was happening in a Spider-Man movie with the multiverse, or any other multiverse. Was it Doctor Strange, right? And then I made a joke about, I asked them, I said, is this an alternate universe? And they said, no, it's the original. I said, but you would know that if this was your original universe. That's exactly what you would say. And they're like, yeah. I said, the only way I could know is if I'm in another universe, if I see another me, and then I'd have to kill him so I could take his place, like in the movie One, and then I get more powerful when I do that. I was making these jokes with these guys. But so I asked Chandler about my phone. I said, what do you think? He said he didn't have a clue, right? Because I was going to do a reading on whatever he said. He just said he didn't have a clue. So I'm like, okay. Instead of doing a reading on myself, I said, okay, why can't Chandler or anybody else understand what's going on with my phone? That's when I got an Ace of Cups, second card, a star. Uh, I'm really groggy, I can't remember, but I had 4 major arcanas, and this is something big, and it does have to do with some kind of portal, right? So that reading, it wasn't it wasn't all pip code, it wasn't all the minor cards. There were 4 major arcana, with the outcome being the sun, and the clarification being the devil and the 4 of swords. And I interpreted that as I have stepped outside the matrix, like really outside the matrix, because the devil's the matrix and I'm in the sun. So I have completely left the matrix. That's one way to read it, right? No, there's no truck stops around here, Tess. There's nothing like that. Diane, that's right. And completely different, and I'm completely out of my element here. If I was in Thailand, I could get I've never been stuck in Thailand in some place where I can get transportation. There's always a motorcycle taxi that can take you then to a train or something, and you can get out of where I'm stuck. If you don't have a car in America, you're in you're out of luck, which is crazy because cars are the most inefficient way to travel. Okay, and getting back to Johnny. Johnny says, "Oh man, I could really use some guidance." He's married, and he's got 5 kids, blended family. And I don't want to tell you his reading. Not doesn't matter because you don't know him. You'll never know him, so it's not like I'd be speaking out of line. But when I finished it, he was like, "Wow, man, that's exactly what I needed to hear, and thank you," and it helped him so much. So that maybe that's the reason I'm here, just to help Johnny with that one reading. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was to drop this alternate universe reality on people so that they can start opening their minds, and then more people can start seeing it. I'm waning. I have got to lay down and close my eyes, and it's going to be weird, but this is where I'm at. And I've already been given permission to basically camp out here until I figure out where I'm going to go, and eventually somebody's going to come along. They're going to notice my pet, and they're going to be a backpacker or have a son who is a backpacker or know a backpacker, and they're going to help me out. I'm going to find where I'm supposed to be tonight, because at this point right now I have no idea where I'm going to be tonight. And I'm not worried, I'm not scared. It's a little bit stressful, and if I wasn't so tired and had such an exhausting week last week, I would be fine. But anyways, that's about all I have to say right now. And I'm gonna just leave this stream running because I'm lonely. And even though you can't really engage with me, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm not gonna talk too much. And I'm just gonna read what you have to say in the chat. What do you think's going on? Am I crazy? Am I imagining all this? I can't be, because I have complete strangers saying, yeah, there's something up with you. I mean, I told them the 777 story, and they're like, yeah. And the one guy said, you play You play poker? And he's like, yeah. I said, well, then you understand this is like getting two royal straights in one day, one after another. Oh, I'm okay, JW. I want to stress, I'm not worried. I'm not concerned for myself, okay? I'm in no danger. Wherever I'm meant to be tonight is where I'm going to be. Who knows? Maybe something really great, or, the worst case scenario, I'm just going to rent a room someplace, and I got some smoke, and I got money, which I used to do this kind of shit with no money, you know? So I got money, so I got that covered. At least back then I had a tent. Like, I don't have any camping gear. I was going to buy it here. Like, if I had a tent and some cooking gear, there's some trees over there. I just go sleep over there tonight, And it's what we call stealth camping. So no, I want to make perfectly clear. I am not in I'm not scared or worried or thinking I won't be okay. I know I'm going to be okay. But this, how, we always talk about how strange reality could be. This is the highest, strangest reality I've ever experienced. It's fun in a way because I've been saying shit like this could happen for my whole life, pretty much. And to see and have these things happening, to have all this confirmed like this, and then have people, outsiders who are looking in, also saying, hey, this is weird, this is strange, this is not normal. All right? I'm so tired. I gotta figure out my next move, but I can't think straight because I'm so tired. If I could just sleep for 30 minutes. I don't want to do it here. That would be inappropriate. I'm literally loitering right now. I could get arrested for being here right now if these guys aren't going to, because they like me. But literally, I'm in a position right now where I could end up going to jail just because I'm loitering. And then if I was asked to leave and I didn't leave, well, never mind. I'm gone. I watch too many PD Cam, the reality show where with cops. It's kind of like Cops. My necklace is stuck. Yeah, prayers are good. Um, Galloping Spirit, any campsites near you? Yes, but very difficult to get to, and without spending a bunch of money, like $50. And it's not that I don't have the money and I don't want to spend the money, it's the principle. I don't want to get there that way. I want somebody to come along, recognize what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to go, and give me a ride. Because that would be telling me it's synchronistic. Or maybe I'm not supposed to go there. Maybe, like when I was on the Appalachian Trail and I just meet somebody and they say, hey, I got an extra room, come stay with me. And then I end up making a great friend. Hi, Gene Nugent. It is hard to make sense of things. This is what I'm talking. But this is like, I've never seen this type of nonsensical, impossible to understand. And known what to do on when you're tired. In my opinion, maybe you need to book a room. Yeah, I know. Somebody said no. It's still early. It's only 2:30. I've got until the sun goes down to just like bail in a hotel room, and I could do that and sleep and have a shower. Okay, that will be my final like. I can't do anything else. Gene Nugent. Yeah. Tomorrow would be a new experience. Yeah. No, I get it, but that would be cut and run. I'm not ready to do that yet. And also, I keep being led to these people that seem to need me, and I need them. All right. Maybe one of these guys. I don't know whenever they get off, but if that's 6 o'clock, I don't want to be here for that long. I can't be here for that long.
Did you purchase one already from here? Huh? Did you already purchase one?
I need some water. I need a drink.
Yeah, you got one. Yeah, so yeah. But I don't want to add to the bill and pick for something.
My best bet right now is, since I have made a connection with these guys, is to parlay that connection into some help. A ride. A ride to either an outfitter or the state park.
Remember which one you got?
Most likely the state park has tents or something I can rent, or maybe they even have cabins that I could
I
rent.
don't want to use it now. Nah, you just keep holding. I just want to keep holding.
If I can get to the outfitter, I can buy a tent and a sleeping mattress and a sleeping bag.
Eventually, I'm gonna get another.
See, I'd much rather do that for about the cost of a hotel room. I could get that stuff, and then a campsite would probably be like $50 or $60. I'm just so tired.
So yeah, you're. Yeah, your seat. No, you got a seat charger already. No, but them 16s and 15s, they don't. No, they take a license. No, the 15s take a seat. Okay, what here?
I'm gonna say it again. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm like a kid who had a long day, like on Christmas Day, and he's done playing with his toys and he just wants to lay down and sleep, right?
Right, but you only need a 1.16.
Things have been happening, guys. Amazing things. So quickly, I haven't even been able to list them all. Like, I've been wanting to do some in-depth videos, and each one of these, like the ghost signature phenomenon. I'm fine, Gene. I'm fine. And I always save myself. I will save myself, or people will help me be safe. I'm fine.
Yeah, Chandler's on his way back, so we're trying. Did you get it figured out, Jordan?
Once
Does it work?
we get to a place where there's no customers here, I'm gonna talk to these guys, see if they know a way. Like I said, I could pay for the taxi, okay? I don't want to on principle. I want to do it through manifestation and in synchronicity, okay? I don't want to take the easy way out by renting a room or getting a taxi. That's the easy way. Sure, I could do that, but anybody could do that. That's easy. Hold on a second. Hey, Johnny, you got a minute? I'm live streaming my YouTube channel right now. I just, in your own words, what you've heard here today and what's going on with me, how would you categorize it? Like my phone not working and the other things I told you?
Yeah, I'd categorize it as, destiny.
Can you explain it? Do you have an explanation for it?
Things
Like
happen.
just the
Oh,
phone.
the phone itself? No explanation on that, honestly.
What do you
That's
think of my explanation that I've entered into an alternate universe or something like that?
I believe it wholeheartedly, honestly.
It's possible.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Everybody's here for a reason. Destiny, like I said. I think there's reasons for everything that goes on in life in general,
Okay.
and it's a big part of life being in the universe and flowing with everything that you do. Where paths take you, and obviously you're here for a reason. So.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
By the way, after speaking with Johnny a little bit, he's not an NPC, and he's not asleep. He's waking up, and he still maybe needs to learn vocabulary and some more things. But like, I just did a reading for you. Could you just, you don't have to say what it was, but how did that affect you? My reading for you?
It gave me chills. It affected me. It helped me realize where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The path I'm supposed to be on sounds legit.
Yeah. Yeah, your soulmate. What's your wife's name again?
Her name is Jennifer.
As long as you're with her,
Yep.
everything's going to be fine.
Well, just the fact that the lion was on the card. She's
Right.
a Leo.
Oh, yeah.
She's a Leo, which is incredible.
Well, you picked up on that right away, that's one way I know that you are not an average 2D or 3D or NPC. Okay. Now, there's another thing I want to ask you, and don't feel obliged to have to. What time do you get off work tonight?
I get off around 6.
Yeah, that's what I figured, and that's too late for me. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna go next. I need to get to the Appalachian Trail. I need to get out of the fucking city,
Yeah.
away from concrete and Wi-Fi and cars and shit. I need to get around trees and animals.
Sure.
And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Do you have any suggestions? And I don't want to cop out by getting an Uber or going to a hotel room. I'm trying to do it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have the universe guide me to do it. Do you have any suggestions of how I could do it?
Just a good person that has
Right.
the ability to get you to some
Right.
type of destination.
Right, which is what I'm
Um,
expecting to happen.
yeah.
But I mean, if I have to fall back on Plan B, then I will. Do you know anybody that you could call? I'd be willing to pay, because even though I'm paying for it, it's not an Uber and it's not a taxi. Yeah,
Not necessarily. I'm not from the area.
Okay.
I drive an hour and a half.
Wow,
Well,
wow,
it's
wow,
an hour
wow.
and 15. It's
Okay.
roughly hour 15.
All right.
So,
Well,
I believe if this is the path that you're on, you'll find your way.
absolutely, no doubt.
Yeah, you'll
but
find your way.
part of it is God helps those who help themselves. So
Definitely.
I have to put out feelers and see what's going on.
Yeah,
you know?
sure, absolutely.
There's not much around here, and that's kind of my problem too. Like if there was a truck stop near here, then
I think is there a Love's truck stop? I believe.
yeah, somebody mentioned that, and I said like I don't know, and I wouldn't know how to get there if there was. The other thing is, because I'm a former thru hiker from the Appalachian Trail, I have a certain amount of celebrity or like status from that. You know, if there's another hiker and they knew I'm a trail hiker, they would. In my experience is they'll bend over backwards to help me.
Yeah, sure.
And so that means if I could get to an outfitter, I could probably do that.
There's an Academy Sports too. You might find somebody.
Yeah, I really want to get to Blue Mountain Outfitter, but
Yeah.
I was looking on the map, and that's really hard to get to.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So Love's travel stop is 7 miles from here. That's a bit of a hike, but
Yeah.
and you don't have family or anything like that.
Oh no, I'm far from.
Solo today.
I was hoping my friend Lucy, who's over in Maryland, was gonna come here, but I don't know. She's busy, I guess. Hey, why is this not closing? It's all the thing's all the way up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that was an easy one to figure
Yes,
out.
that one is an easy one to figure out. So yeah, Love's truck stop is about 7 miles. So I mean.
But then again, so is the Blue Mountain Outfitter.
Yeah.
But
So,
like
also
Gary was
Academy.
telling me that the guy I just met there, it's like really hard to get there from here.
So Academy Sports is 2.7 miles.
Oh shit, I can walk there,
Yeah.
but I don't have GPS, and I don't have a map. If I have a map, I could do it,
Here's the deal.
or if I could get a ride. Well, I guess I could Uber there, but like I said, I don't want to use
Yeah.
that.
So Academy Sports.
I'm not going to strike out without a map. I guess I could download the map offline, right, and then do
Yes.
that.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Let's see.
And
Well, I think that fits 3 sizes.
That's over. If you go straight down this road here, Arlington Avenue.
you have to remember, I'm in a very diminished mental capacity right now
Sure.
because I'm sleep deprived, and
Definitely.
I'm gonna go smoke a big fat joint.
There
in
you
a
go.
minute, too.
Nice.
Um,
Lancer Street.
well, that is much better. I mean, that's a long walk. It's not a long walk. I walk 3 miles regularly
Oh, sure,
every
sure,
day back
sure.
home.
Being hiking and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I don't hike anymore, but I walk for exercise, and my usual walk
I
is
need
3
to do that
miles.
myself. I need to start getting out there more. I'm the avid outdoorsman myself, but
Are
I
you?
just haven't been able to because of the kids.
Exactly,
being with the kids
exactly.
and,
See, I
taking care of a family. I've
Right.
just been having to provide and
No, I
go to
understand.
work and things like that.
No, that's what I'm
See,
saying. Eventually, I'm gonna get out.
people like, I mean, to do the things I've done in my life, I have no, I've never had children, and I'm not
Yeah.
married. That's why I've been able
Oh
to do
yeah,
the things I've
definitely.
done.
That's a big plus.
It's
sometimes.
it's a trade-off, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you that time to free your mind up, but also it's like, what if, like.
Yeah, but
kinda
it just wasn't my destiny in life, you
Yeah,
know.
sure,
and
sure. Everybody
and
has their own path,
I was
like I
put
said.
here to do like I did for you today with the
Yeah,
cards. That's
yeah.
my purpose, and that to me is more important than anything that is for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see if anybody has any help in the comments. I doubt it, but somebody said you're a very smart young man.
Thank you.
2 separate resources. 526, 527, something big, perhaps the split. We've been. Well, yes, Ro. It happened last Saturday, 1 week ago. As Honey said, we entered into the fifth density. We've been in the 5th dimension for a long time, but we entered into or was it the other way around? I can't remember. And hey, Scott, Beverly here. Hi, prayers to you. Thank you. Yeah. So, what's your final word on it?
So, just follow what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, follow what you're doing, and you'll find your way. I mean, you'll find your way
Yeah.
with
No, I just
wherever
wanted
the
to pick your
path
brain
is
a little
taken,
bit and
for
see,
sure.
what would
Definitely.
happen if I shake this tree over here.
Sure.
Um,
I did write a book, so
did you?
yeah.
I've always
I'm
wanted to write a
poet.
book
I'm a poet, but also I'm a
published.
published author.
What
It's called
category?
Civil War.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So,
history. Not.
I was going to say, is it like
It's a historical fiction.
fiction? That's exactly. Oh, I love that.
So
I love that
it's
kind of stuff.
based on the events of Strong Vincent, an Army colonel in the Union Army.
Who was a real person?
Yes.
And then you fictionalized
And
the events.
speaking of like spiritual things,
Mhm.
what drew inspiration for me is I went to the Gettysburg battlefield.
Oh yeah,
I stood up
which
on a
is not
rock.
far from here, right?
Yep. So I stood up on a rock.
I've been there.
And I was thinking to myself, I feel really weird. Tingling sensation, tense, and something told me to draw towards a certain section. So I hopped off the rock and stood over and looked at this like outcropping pathway.
Right.
And I seen a sign that showed where Strong Vincent had gotten shot.
Wow.
So I'm reading about this, and I just wanted to write a book. and I decided to write the book, and now I'm a published author.
Well, plug your book here. This video will get about 5,000 or 6,000 views.
Okay, my book is called Strong by John Seltzer. It's available on Amazon. You can
Excellent.
pick it up on Amazon.
There you go.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I really like this guy. He's so do him a favor, or I mean, help him out and support him. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
Support him by purchasing his book.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you for the interview,
Yeah, no problem.
and for also giving a perspective that's not just from me, that shows this. I'm not crazy. Do you think I'm crazy?
No, you're not at all.
Okay.
You're not at all.
That's cool, brother. I'd rather be crazy than stupid, you know.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But I was only joking.
No,
was
I got.
I really was joking.
No, you know what? I was able to pick up on your. I'm able to read people. It's what I do. You can
Yeah.
ask him, and I knew there was no offense taken. In fact, I want to shake your hand and introduce myself. My name's Scott.
My name's Charles.
Hi,
How you
Charles.
doing, Scott?
I just want to let you know that I am live streaming on YouTube, but we're in a public place and there's no expectation of privacy. So, you know, and my audience is very respectful. And could you hear what I was talking about over there?
I was not.
Okay, all
I
right.
just heard you say you're
There-
not stupid. I just said
I'm not
So that's what made the
crazy,
comments.
crazy because I feel like I'm in a crazy situation right now. I'll lower my voice.
We all got the moments.
This is not normal.
It is.
No, I mean, what I'm going through, I don't think anybody's ever been through this before.
I
I've
promise
been
you.
there.
I promise you.
I promise
We
you.
all think like that until we happen to be around the
You,
conversation.
you've slipped into an alternate universe.
In my dreams.
I'm not. Am I dreaming?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Well.
So,
My battery just died.
What were
Now
you
that's
saying?
a good explanation. Okay.
So we're in a lucid dream as we speak. A lucid dream as we speak. Okay, so meaning
Listen. I agree. And that could
meaning
be.
that basically life has been set up for us. Each path has already been written,
Yes.
but it's for you to take the right course of action to make sure you stay on that path that you're supposed to be.
So what you're describing is a soul contract,
Yes.
and there's a basic contract for people who lead very ordinary 2D lives, but then there are called what I call amendments. For example, my path was on the way to being a press operator, and that was all my life was, just like my father was, with doing nothing remarkable or special in my life. I said, fuck that,
Yeah.
pardon my language.
Go against the status quo.
I don't want to be that, so I choose to do something different. And at that point, in the spiritual realm where my contract is, I ticked the amendment. No, I want to go do something really wild.
Yeah.
But most people, for me to leave what I was doing in America, here in America, and fly to Thailand, was extremely uncertain. Like when I didn't know what I was doing. It took incredible courage and faith, not
Yeah.
faith, but knowing that the universe is going to take care of me.
Yeah, definitely.
Not many people could do what I've done. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm. Anyways, it took a lot, you know,
Yeah.
because like you couldn't just dump everything and go to the other side of the world, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, listen, I want to thank you,
thank you.
Johnny. I'm going to go over here and
Yeah, absolutely.
compose myself. Do you have any water?
I'm not sure. I don't think we have
Okay,
anything in the back.
no problem. So the battery for my what do you call it? Gimbal died. So that's why my phone's going wonky here. Okay, so it's starting to get late. Man, I arrived here at 8:30. It's already. I'm just gonna have to remove this gimbal. Okay, so yeah, he's a special man. He's distracted by life, 5 kids, you know, and it's hard to become more enlightened than what he is with the 3D demand on his his time and resources. But yeah, a guy like that, you know, he could have been me in a different situation. Okay.
And we'll always have it on file too. So if
Beverly,
it
hi Beverly.
doesn't get it, so you just give us
Oh,
a
hi
call.
Beverly. I remember Beverly. Sing me a song, Beverly. I'm thirsty. Okay.
I don't know. I just got here.
I've got to get moving. The weather's cleared up. It rained out of nowhere in a very bizarre way. And I'm going to download a map to the place. He's talking about 2.5 miles. I'm just going to start walking. As long as I don't have to go on the interstate, I should be fine. Now, once I leave this place, I'm going to lose my Wi-Fi. So nobody's going to be able to telegram me or anything. And I won't be able to give you any updates until I get someplace that's got Wi-Fi. So send your good vibes and protection, and I'm sure I'll be okay. Put it out into the universe that I get to where I need to be, wherever that is, in a timely and comfortable fashion. That's what I need. Okay, so I'm going to end this live stream. It's very expensive here. If you can help me out with a super sticker, super chat, or a super thank you, that would be greatly appreciated. I won't get that money until next month, but the way I'm burning through money here, I'm going to need it. So anything is appreciated. Until further notice, I'm going to sign off for now from somewhere in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, near the Appalachian Trail. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Do you have like a tablet or something?
What did you think about going for lunch?